Good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, wanted to get on here and give my review of the second part of Wrestle Kingdom 17. Wrestle Kingdom 17 in Yokohama, at the Yokohama Arena in Yokohama, Japan. Now, I definitely, as much as I enjoyed Wrestle Kingdom 17 in the Tokyo Dome, this second one was quite a treat. Definitely quite a treat, as this was the New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Pro Wrestling Noah show. And it was packed full of juiciness. So, let's take a dive in and let's go over the card. So first off, we started off with a tag team match. Pretty much the New Japan Young Lions and the Noah, I guess, Young Lions. But you had the team of New Japan's Kosei Fujita and Ryohei Oiwa. I always butcher that. Taking on the team of Taishi, Ozawa, and Yasutaka, Yano. Now, this was a pretty intense match. I mean, both these teams met in the ring, got in each other's faces, shoving and pushing. So, the match definitely started off hot. These two teams were playing for keeps, and it definitely showed in this match. And, you know, got to give a shout out to Kosei Fujita, who just recently joined TMDK. So, little special spotlight on him, who also picked up the victory for the New Japan Young Lions, as he was able to submit Taishi Ozawa via the Boston Crab. And it actually took a couple of tries. Dude hung in there. He hung in there. But once he got it cinched in really deep and in the middle of the ring, it was just too much. And Ozawa tapped out. But overall, it was definitely a good match. Went over the 10-minute mark. You know, for the opening match, went over the 10-minute mark. I was very impressed. So, hey, good stuff there. Showcasing the young lions of both New Japan and Noah. So, thought that was really cool. One second, my phone. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue. We had another tag team match afterwards, where we had the team of New Japan's Tomohiro Ishii and Young Lion Oskar Leube taking on Noah's Masa Kitamiya and Daiki Inaba. Now, I have to say, I really like how well Oskar Leube was showcased in this match. I felt like he got a lot of offense in and really got to showcase a lot of what he can do, especially as, you know, the tallest in this match, you know, the tallest. But it was pretty back and forth for the most part, especially between Kitamiya and Ishii. I mean, those two big behemoths were like going at each other throughout most of the match. So that definitely didn't disappoint. But Masa Kitamiya was able to pick up the victory for his team after making Oskar Leube tap out to the jailhouse lock. So, definitely a good match, but Pro Wrestling Noah gets on the board. So, right now it's 1-1. 1-1. Okay, next up we had an 8-man tag match, which had pretty much technically a crossover teams when you think about it. So I don't know if this one really counts on the Noah versus New Japan, but the teams were, you had Bullet Club's Gedo, El Phantasmo, KENTA, and Noah's Naomichi Marufuji taking on the team of Satoshi Kojima, Takashi, Sugiura. Of course, they're the current GHC tag team champions. Also, New Japan's Hiroshi Tanahashi and Toru Yano on a team. So, two very interesting teams. And you even had Bullet Club trying their best to get Naomichi Marufuji to do the too sweet, to be with it. But wasn't really with it. But of course, you know, him and Kenta have great chemistry together. But overall, this was a pretty entertaining match. You know, even with how the outcome went, which didn't really surprise me, I felt like all 8 were really showcased well in this match. So definitely enjoyed this match from start to finish. But Toru Yano was able to hit a low blow on Gedo, then roll him up for a schoolboy pin, 1, 2, 3. And Toru Yano picks up the victory for his team. Him, the Ace, the GHC Tag Team Champions stand tall in this match. So, poor Bullet Club. Even they were trying to get Marufuji to do a too sweet afterwards, still wouldn't do it. Still wouldn't do it. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, next up we had a really good, but it should have been longer, singles match. You had New Japan's El Desperado taking on Noah's Ryohei. This was a great match. Definitely back and forth. But I really felt like it should have been longer. It was just over the 10-minute mark, but I really felt like it should have been like 13, 14 minutes, personally. You know, I really like both of these guys, especially the last handful of times I've seen Ryohei wrestle. Definitely like what he's bringing. And he was, you know, former GHC Junior Tag Team Champion with Kosei. But definitely back and forth. Really could have gone either way. But New Japan takes this one as El Desperado makes Ryohei submit to the numero dos. Hard-fought battle. Could have gone either way, but El Desperado pulls off the victory. Okay, next up, another situation. Great match, but it should have been freaking longer. You had a 6-man tag where you had the team of New Japan's Master Wato, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Tiger Mask taking on Pro Wrestling Noah's Alejandro, Junta Miyawaki, and the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion, Amakusa. Overall, enjoyed this match from start to finish, but it should have been longer. This one was just under 10 minutes. So I really felt like this should have been a much longer match. But definitely enjoyed it. And I tell you, more and more I see Amakusa, the more I'm just really digging his style and just his intensity on his high-flying moves as well as his speed. Like, the dude is insane, and I can see why he's the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. But he picks up the victory for Pro Wrestling Noah, pinning Tiger Mask after the Kai Koku. Definitely looked very strong in this match, but should have been longer. Should have been longer. But great match. Next up, oh man. Next, the tag team match that really went south in a bad way, unfortunately. Whew. This was a tag team match between New Japan's Toki Makabe and Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, taking on Noah's Yoshiki Inamura and Kaito Kiyomiya, the current GHC Heavyweight Champion. Oh, man. This on paper was promising, but it ended in quite a scuffle, so to speak. So the referee ended up throwing this match out as a no contest after he just could not get things under control, and just a brawl ensued after Okada got kicked dead in the face. Just blatantly kicked dead in the face by Kiyomiya-san. Pretty much splitting Okada's head. You know, giving a pretty decent cut on his forehead. Pretty much pissed off Okada to the point where he went after Kiyomiya and they just brawled. Just nonstop. Just back and forth. Just brawled. Okada was just raining it down. And yeah, the ref could not get things under control, and pretty much this really wasn't much of a match. I don't even think this match lasted like 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, just threw the match out, ended in a no contest. Okada was pretty pissed, you know, for obvious reasons, for the rightful reasons. But yeah, this was quite a match that was promising, but just went south after that blatant kick to the face. But yeah, so definitely a bummer. But it's going to lead to both men having a match in the future. Don't know if any titles will be on the line. Probably won't, but they're going to have to settle that in the ring. Some way, somehow. Just saying. Okay. Next up, we started the series of 5 matches, LIJ versus Kongo. Alright? First match was Tadasuke from Kongo versus Bushi of LIJ. Now, as much as I would have loved for Bushi to win this match, and he even got to spray mist in Tadasuke's face. Despite doing that, it still wasn't enough for Bushi to take advantage. He tried to take advantage, but got reversed in the roll-up attempt, and Tadasuke kind of reversed it into sort of like a crucifix pin of his own, and was able to get the 1-2-3 on Bushi. And despite all that trouble misting him in the face, still ate the L. So, Kongo strikes first by Tadasuke picking up the victory over Bushi. So, 1-0, Kongo. Okay, next up, next singles match, you had New Japan's, LIJ's Hiromu Takahashi taking on Kongo's Hajime Ohara. This was actually a really good match. I enjoyed this match from start to finish. This went back and forth. Really could have gone either way, but felt like Hiromu Takahashi was just a little too strong. Little too strong with Hajime Ohara. Was able to hit him with the Time Bomb 2 to pick up the victory. So, we are now tied. 1-1. Okay, next up, next singles match, we had LIJ Sanada taking on Kongo's Manobu Soya. And I have to say, this match really ended up being a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mainly due to the clash of styles. But I felt like both delivered a great match. Would have liked to have seen a better finish. I mean, Soya hit Sanada with pretty much a lariat and then covered him 1-2-3. But I think it could have used a better finish. But it was still good. It was still a really good match. But Manobu Soya picks up the victory over Sanada. It is now 2-1 Kongo. 2-1 Kongo. Okay. Then, the next singles match you had was LIJ Shingo Takagi taking on Kongo's Katsuhiko Nakajima. Now, I have to say, this was my second favorite match of the card. Hands down, second favorite. The main event was my favorite, but this was definitely my second favorite match of the card because really, it could have gone either way. And for a second, I thought Nakajima-san was going to pull it off I really thought he was going to pull it off, but just Shingo kept kicking out of everything and just hanging tough. But it took a Lash of the Dragons to put away Nakajima-san. 1, 2, 3. And now it is tied. 2-2. Going into the main event, the final match of this Best of 5 series between LIJ and Kongo. It all comes down to LIJ's leader, Tetsuya Naito, taking on Kongo's leader, Kenoa. And this match definitely hit on all cylinders from start to finish. Very lengthy, which, you know, I love a lengthy match. And I honestly thought Kenoa was going to pull it off. I really, really did. Especially considering he recently lost his title shot match against Kitamiya for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. But Tetsuya Naito, once again, was able to pull it off by hitting him with a Destino to put Kenoa away. 1, 2, 3. And LIJ, with a final score of 3-2, takes the series over Kongo. So, definitely a very, very enjoyable match, main event. But overall, the card was pretty solid. Like I said, the only bummer was the no contest with Okada and Kiyomiya, that tag team match. That was a bummer. And then, as Keiji Muto was in attendance for the show, he actually came out and challenged Tetsuya Naito to be his final opponent for his final match as Keiji Muto. His retirement match, which Naito accepted. But interesting that's the final opponent that he picks. I definitely want to hear what y'all have to say about that. Are y'all surprised that Keiji Muto picked Naito as his final opponent for his retirement match? Let me know how y'all feel about that, because at first I was just kind of thinking, really? Naito? You sure about that? Not saying that that's bad. Not saying that that's bad, but not who I would have thought, personally. But I can dig it. I can still dig it. And, you know, I love Keiji Muto. The great Muto, I love him. He's my all-time favorite wrestler, so, you know, I'm not going to complain. It just seemed kind of interesting. But looking forward to it. Definitely should be a great match. A great way to see Keiji Muto on his way in his pro wrestling career. A legend, an icon in the business. And I can't wait to see him do it one more time before he calls it quits. But anyway, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did you think of Wrestle Kingdom 17 in Yokohama? What did you think of the card? What did you think of the matches? What were your favorite matches? And I also wanted to take the time to say that I'm also a revision affiliate for Game Beauty, which has a great line of cosmetics, especially video game themed cosmetics. So definitely check out the link that I put in the description. Browse around. You see something you like, don't forget to use the promo code BlitzballChamp as provided, and you can get 10% off of your order. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And I can't wait to see y'all once again in the next video. Till then, I'm your host BlitzballChamp of BlitzballChamp Gaming. Take care and enjoy your evening. Peace out.